Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Katie for those who have for some reason forgotten. And today I will be answering the most Googled questions about libraries and librarians. I've seen a few other people do this or something similar. Wired does this a lot on YouTube, as well as Jesse the Reader did one a few weeks back on readers, and I wanted to do a librarian perspective on it. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first question we are going to look up is, what are libraries? Fairly basic. They're a place that stores knowledge, books, computers, job searches, stuff like that. What are libraries used for? It's a lot of research now. So a lot of people come in for school help, job searches, how to use computers, how to use different databases. People still do come in for books, and a lot of people check out several stacks of books. What are librarians? And the next one that's very similar is, what are librarians' duties? So it depends on the library. It depends on the librarian. So generally, librarians give information like, how do I find this in the library or online? How do I do this online? How do I fill this in online? A lot of online questions. That's just basically give information for stuff. Many librarians also put on programs for kids, teens, and adults. A lot of movies, a lot of crafts, a lot of technology-based courses, a lot of office work as well, making sure the office is clean, keeping the collection up to date. So looking at your collection and saying, hey, we need more books on a certain subject, or hey, we have too many of these books. Are there some we can get rid of? That kind of thing. What are librarians reading? Well, if you look at this channel, this is kind of what children's librarians read if they want to stay current. And we also read a bunch of other stuff. YA is most popular, but also graphic novels, everything, basically. What are librarians paid? Depends on the library, depends on the system, depends on what you do, basically. What are librarians good at? Searching for stuff. It's basically what we're good at. Crowd control, that's another big one. What are librarians' skills? That kind of goes along with duties. What color are librarians, really? Every color? Although we don't have purple. I'd like a purple librarian. That would be cool. What black librarians are saying? I don't know. What do libraries do with old books? Depends on the system and the library itself. A lot of libraries I know have book sales, so they'll withdraw them from the collection, and then at a certain time in the year, they'll have a big book sale of books that have been donated or have been weeded from the collection, and people can come and purchase these books, and then that money goes back into the library. We also donate them to different organizations around the city. So that's another way you can, that's another thing we do with old books. What do libraries do? Kind of answered that with the librarians question. Research. Even public libraries, they do research primarily for jobs or schools, that kind of thing. What do libraries smell like? Books. Sometimes people, but mainly books. What do libraries offer? I feel like I've been seeing the same question over and over, just phrased differently. So, like, what do libraries do and what do libraries offer? Again, a lot of different things. Resources, online resources that people might not get at home because they don't have internet access. That's a big thing. Print resources that people can't afford. All that fun, good stuff. And then what do libraries provide? See previous answer. Oh my gosh, I could go on for days for this question. What do libraries need? Money, space, help with programs, money. Did I mention money? Yes, we are severely under budget for a lot of the libraries in the country. I mentioned this in the last video as well for getting your library card. So please, please, please get your library card. Please check out items, go on the computer, use the resources, and show the governments that libraries are needed. What do libraries represent? An open mind. What do librarians wear? Depends on the system, but a nice clean t-shirt, or not like this, but a nice shirt, no words, look decent, be well kept, no holes, no rips, no frayed anything. What do librarians do all day? A lot of things. We don't just read. I'm answering emails almost 24/7. Going through the collection, meeting with people, meeting with schools, answering questions for patrons, kids and adults alike. What do librarians study? Which fits into what do librarians major in? You can get your undergrad in basically whatever you want, but then many libraries require that you get your master's in library and informational studies. Usually that's about a 2-year course. What do librarians look like? Me, other people, people down the street, people walking down the street, that kind of thing. Why libraries are important? Because I mentioned this before, but we do offer resources that people can't get elsewhere. Like, where else can you find a place where people can go on the internet for the price of a library card, which is free, rather than getting internet at home? So that's one of the things. We provide a lot of different resources and access to people who might not otherwise have it. Why libraries are great? See the above answer. Why libraries are still relevant? I get this question all the time, especially when I was in school for library school. Again, still relevant because a lot of people are still looking for jobs. A lot of people do different things online at the library because they don't have internet at home. That's a majority of it, as well as if you can't pay for books, it's a great way to get the books still. Why libraries are important in schools? Kids need different books to read and need the opportunity, not only in the public sphere, but also in the school sphere, to supplement not only what they're reading or in for school, but also what they want to read on their own. Why libraries should be closed? They shouldn't. They really shouldn't, because of all the answers I just gave. Why libraries are obsolete? They're not. Why libraries are still important? Because of internet and books and programs and meeting new people. That's why. Why librarians are awesome? Because of me. That's why. Why librarians are so mean? We aren't always mean. The only time we would be mean is because you are somehow disruptive in the library. That's that's the main reason, I should say, that we would be mean to you, is that you are somewhat disruptive in the library. Why librarians are better than Google? We can search different things. We can search different platforms. Why librarians are rude? Again, unless you give us a reason to, we're not usually rude. How do libraries make money? Well, book sales. I think I mentioned that earlier. We also are a part of the government, the local government, so we also get money from them. That's how we get our main budget. Grants are very popular, any of that kind of stuff. How do libraries work? If you don't know how a library works, please go visit one. Yeah. How do libraries organize books? Most public libraries have a fiction and a nonfiction section. The nonfiction is fairly self-explanatory. We organize by Dewey Decimal. Not all libraries, but the majority. Fiction, again, depends on the library, but for the kids, usually there are a few different sections. We have, the easy readers then like the middle grade, and then regular fiction. That's kind of general. Everyone does that type thing. It's a picture book section. For the adults, it depends on the library. Again, most libraries just put all fiction together, but some divide it up into mystery, sci-fi, that kind of thing as well. How do libraries order books? Most of the places I've worked at go through Baker and Taylor. They're kind of like a place where they order books and then we'll order it from them. People can come in from outside the library and donate books, and we may or may not take them. So that's how that works. How do libraries pay authors? We buy their books. How do libraries help the community? We help them set up jobs. We help them search for different things around the community to do. We help everyone stay connected. That's basically it. How do libraries choose books? We choose books based on what the community needs. So if we see a lot of a certain type of book being checked out, we'll get more of that type of book. Otherwise, if we see that, especially with nonfiction, there is a lack of books in a certain section, we'll get that book. How do libraries stay in business? That's down to you guys. You guys have to make sure that we stay in business by coming and visiting us. When libraries troll their patrons. If you don't respect us, we'll troll you. When do libraries close? Depends. Government holidays. When did libraries start using computers? 90s, probably. When do libraries get new books? As soon as humanly possible. That's when we get new books. When do libraries open? Depends on the system. Most libraries I work at usually are open between 9 and 10 or closed around 7 to 9. Depends on the library, depends on the system, depends on the city. Woohoo! When will libraries become extinct? They won't. They might change, but they won't become completely extinct. When librarians get bored? There are very few times that librarians get bored, but when I get bored, again, very few times, I go on Goodreads and look at different books there. When is Librarians Week? When is Librarians Week? I don't know that. Let me look. When is Librarians Week? It's April. So if you want to know when Librarians Week is, it's in April. Please shower your librarians with a lot of love. Okay, why do libraries close so early? It depends on the library again. I don't know. Why do libraries discard books? They look disgusting, or they haven't circulated in a few years. Those are the main two reasons. Why do libraries exist, and why do libraries rock? We rock because we're awesome. Why do they exist? Because people need them still. Why do libraries charge fines? Because it's all about the money. We have to stay open somehow, and this is one of the reasons how we stay open. Why do libraries close on Sundays? Because it's the traditional Christian way to have Sundays off. Why we don't go the Jewish way and have Saturdays off, I don't know. Why do librarians need a master's? That's actually two questions that I see here. And it's a lot of how to search different platforms, so other people can know how to do that, and we can teach them how to do that, how to code stuff in our catalogs, how to do different things like why do librarians wear gloves? Archivists use gloves. So if you have any questions for me as a librarian, please put them in the comments below. If you have a question about any of the questions I did answer, please leave a comment. I know I kind of went over these kind of fast. Below I'll also link my Goodreads, as well as leaving below Jessie the Reader's original post, as well as the Wired YouTube channel, which are the two influences I used. And I hope that I answered some of your questions, some of the most Googled questions about libraries and librarians. But again, if I didn't, please leave them in the comments below, and I will see you later. Bye.